Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Scott and this is another My Bourbon Journey review. So if you're new to this channel, you're looking for reviews of different types of whiskeys, bourbon, ryes, single malts on occasion, go ahead and consider hitting that subscribe button. So in full disclosure, I was sent these two bottles and asked to do a review of. This is a distillery out of the state of California by the name of Do Good Distillery. So again, they were nice enough to send me a couple of different samples. So this here is a 91 proof rye base, 91.1 proof rye based bourbon, and this is a 91.1 percent, or 91.91 proof of a wheated bourbon. So they are both bottled or barreled for 2 years. So let's go ahead and like what I typically try to do is get into just the appearance, the color, then we'll get into the nosing, then we'll do the tasting part of it, and then we'll follow up with the finish. So let's go ahead and we'll get into the review. So first we're going to start out with the rye-based bourbon. So first we'll get into the color here. So as you can see, kind of a darker honey type of color. It was barreled for 2 years as stated on the bottle. So picked up a little bit of color through those couple of years. So let's go ahead and we'll get into the nosing. So right away with a younger bourbon, I always tend to pick up a bit of that kind of fresh grass type of note to it. You're getting a nice light corn there as well. A bit of plum, some raisin, a little bit of oak, kind of light oak kind of coming through. And typically like a rye, I'm getting a little bit of that mint coming through too. So now this isn't a rye, it is a bourbon, but I'm getting a little bit of a mint to that. So let's go ahead and we'll get into the tasting. Cheers. So what I like to do is first get the palate coated a little bit, take another sip, then you get a better idea of the overall flavor profile of that. So with this, immediately I'm getting quite a bit of mint, that light kind of fresh cut grass as well. A bit of, even like a little bit of a chocolate type of note to that as well. So that was kind of interesting. Very little heat, medium heat, even for 91.1 proof. Almost no heat. A little bit of a lemony zest is also there. So that's kind of nice as well. Finish part of it, medium to short kind of. So there's nothing that's overly long about this at all. So it does sit there a little bit. Finish part, as it sits there, I still get a bit of that kind of a chocolatey note to it. So a little bit of, like I was getting on the nose, there's a little bit of that plum or just kind of a zesty type of taste to that. So again, finish wise, it is, on the short to medium side. So we'll go ahead and let's get into the wheated portion, or wheated bourbon. So as you can see with this, for some reason, this seems to be a bit darker. So I don't know, I know they say it's aged 2 years, but there's a chance that that's the minimum age a bourbon can be labeled. So meaning if it says 2 years, it technically could be just shy of 3, but since it's not 3, it has to be labeled as a 2 year. So maybe there's a chance that this has been in the barrel just a bit longer than the rye based. So as you can see, it does appear to be a little bit darker. This is more of a kind of a copper penny, little darker, rusty type of color. So let's go ahead and we'll get into the nose of this. So right away you're getting that fresh kind of wheat smell, doughiness, a little bit of light honey, light oak there as well, a little bit of citrus, like a floral note as well. Let's go ahead and we'll get into the taste. Cheers. So again, kind of that soft wheat type of taste there. A little bit of vanilla. Definitely a citrus presence there. And it's like a wheated bourbon. It's always generally a little softer, sweeter. Very, very good, I would say, with the wheated bourbon. Finish-wise, as it kind of sits there, I would say the finish on this is a bit longer than the rye-based bourbon. Still get a nice, that doughiness that's kind of coming through. Very soft, that floral note. So finish-wise, you know, again, this is probably more on the medium side. So with that being said, so generally in terms of scores or ratings, I don't like to get into that, but these are two pretty solid younger bourbons, rye-based and wheated-based. So I'll have their information linked in the description below, so if you want to go check them out, feel free to do so. So again, I have to say thanks to Do Good Distillery for sending these bottles for me to do the review of. So I guess with that being said, you know, again, if you'd like, you know, and you like the information, the content, you know, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to put a few of these out per month. So again, leave me some comments, you know, thumbs up to the videos, but any information or feedback is much appreciated. So with that being said, cheers.